Activision realized that folks couldn't be bothered to play the Dogwater campaign in Call of Duty Black Ops 7, unlocking the in-game PvE extraction mode for everybody. Great news for most. But when will we get a mode where we just fight Rookerzilla over and over?
Bruce, has this ever happened to you?
This happens to me every day.
Yes, one of the few high points in an otherwise pretty low campaign, so we gotta savor our gamer treasures. But we've got even more good news for you on this week's Inside Games Roundup. Ubisoft is apparently prepping a remake for the fan-favorite Assassin's Creed Black Flag that'll ship early next year. And Street Fighter 6 actually sold pretty well. It's not a surprise if you've been following the game. I mean, those swimsuit skins make it fly off the shelves.
All this and Star Citizen actually did something thrilling. Let's get into the news by throwing to the one inside game staffer that always brings the thrills, Brian Garr.
Yeah, it is a thrilling roundup. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today, but let's first talk yet again about Black Ops 7. So in what might be the most polite, yeah, our campaign is mid moment in Call of Duty history, Treyarch has decided to just open up Black Ops 7's extraction shooter mode in-game to everybody. No campaign completion required, no friend pass workaround, no earn it soldier. You just walk right in. Just go right into the green room. You don't even have to be performing that night.
Yeah, this is when the cover charge gets waived at the bar. You know it's going to be an interesting scene inside. Why did they do this? Well, Treyarch didn't say it's because most players just won't finish the campaign. But when you suddenly remove the campaign completion requirement, throw open the doors like a Black Friday at Walmart, I mean, you're saying something. My theory, I think they just want people to edge towards Warzone. So any baby steps they can get them to take in that direction, more is the better.
In-game, to be fair, is one of the most interesting parts of Black Ops 7. It's an extraction mode where you drop in, complete objectives, grab loot, and exfil at certain points, and it's all PvE, which is what a lot of people ask for, and not necessarily PvP as well.
Yeah, the catch used to be that you only unlocked in-game after you finished the campaign, or, mooch off somebody who had. But a few days ago, Treyarch posted that in-game will now be, quote, available to everyone in Black Ops 7 starting Friday, which is today. So yeah, translation, please come play the part you actually care about.
Who doesn't want to run around on a Warzone map and stand in orange circles for 20 seconds while zombies run at you? Great stuff. Speaking of, Treyarch also highlighted the, quote, awesome response from the players who did manage to grind through the campaign to reach endgame. Probably a very exclusive club. Bruce and I are in it, very proudly. But yeah, we're joining the ranks of people who, still use Blu-rays or Yahoo Mail. Giving that at Yahoo to somebody, that's a rough one.
The internet, of course, had some feedback for Treyarch. On X, user Steggyful wrote, quote, Lamal, the campaign's so bad you had to make this available to everyone so they don't have to play it. And Rich Beats added, quote, seriously? After I played the weird-ass campaign? In-game is really dope, though.
So yeah, congrats to Treyarch. They've officially created the first Call of Duty campaign so skippable that the studio itself is now skipping it for you.
Yeah, meanwhile, Treyarch also confirmed that Black Ops 7 will soon receive buffs to aim assist, especially at longer ranges, and SMG improvements with additional balancing for snipers, marksman rifles, and shotguns also being monitored. The changes are expected to roll out before or around the Season 1 update in early to mid-December. Yeah, okay, cool. Well, I guess I don't want Call of Duty campaigns to turn into endgame, which is, I think, the goal. They want a low effort, maximum engagement mode, and open world is always the thing that does that. People love running around on those maps, running those modes, picking up guns of a higher color. But if people are having a good time, who am I to judge? But I don't know. I miss the linear bombast.
This is such a weird experiment, too, because it's like the campaign's only 4 hours long. It's pretty short, generally speaking. And so, like, with in-game mode, like, why didn't they just open it up immediately? Why were they waiting to see how many players would do this? How many players would actually complete the campaign? Or were they like, this is such a strange move all the way around. Just open it up from the very beginning. I don't know.
Yeah, it feels like they're doing, it's like when you do such a bad job on a chore that your parents never ask you to do it again. It feels like they're doing that with campaign mode. Like, well, we tried. We gave them a shitty campaign and they didn't like it.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to maximize conversion to Warzone. And the easiest way to do that is to let people skip right to the mode that's most like Warzone. And also, yeah, people are saying they like it. So, hey, it's a weird situation, giving people the freedom to not play the game that they bought.
All right, let's move on and talk Ubisoft. They're quietly gearing up to apparently relaunch one of its most beloved pirate adventures. Insider Gaming reports that the Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake is set to launch sometime before March 31st of next year.
This will save the company. The game hasn't been formally announced yet, but it appeared as an unannounced title in Ubisoft's delayed earnings deck alongside known projects like Rainbow Six Mobile, The Division Resurgence, and NO 117 Pax Romana.
Meanwhile, Ubisoft finally published its delayed Q2 results on Friday, reporting bookings that beat expectations after a week of uncertainty tied to an accounting shift and a breach of a key debt covenant. That sounds occult. Holy cow.
Yeah, it's weird. It's complicated, so I'm trying to simplify this as much as I can. But yeah, the numbers were originally due, you might remember last week, but then Ubisoft abruptly pushed them back and had it trading and its shares and bonds halted, and we were like, what's going on? And Ubisoft later explained that there was an accounting shift, and that briefly pushed the company into a breach of a debt covenant, which is not good at all.
So to fix the breach, Ubisoft is making an early repayment of about $328 million in loans using proceeds from Tencent's $1.1 billion investment in Vantage Studios, which was that breakout studio that they put all their biggest brands in. And I've still kind of doesn't really clarify why they delayed everything, but
I guess to patch that up before they announced that they were 328 millions in debt or something. I don't know. Ubisoft said this Tencent deal, which was announced in May, should close in the coming days and will help reduce its overall debt load of $1.3 billion, which might explain why they're rifling through their past catalog for anything people are willing to buy on nostalgia alone, which maybe that's my hot take for the episode, is that Black Flag wasn't that great.
Ooh.
But you'll figure that out when you play the remake.
Also, what the fuck? Where is Splinter Cell? Like, if they're rifling through all the old shit, make a new Splinter Cell or remake something. Like, geez, come on.
Well, they can't get the fucking Sands of Time remake out the door, so they can't. I don't know. If they announced it, it would take them 10 years and we still wouldn't know where it is.
All right, let's move on and talk about, you know it, you love it, Star Citizen. Guys, huge news. The Alpha 4.4 update is live. That's right. After 13 years or whatever, we're at Alpha 4.4, baby. Adding the game's third explorable star system, Nyx. The update brings back Delamar and its settlement, Levski, with upgraded visuals. Plus, you get the Glacium Ring asteroid belt and jump points to Stanton and Pyro, wherever the fuck those are. And the system's planets are going to arrive in future updates, so just cool your jets, Star Citizen fan. You're going to have to wait a little bit longer.
Sadly, I know where most of these locations are. Lawrence and I have played this so much now, I know where these planets are. Players also get, it's true. Players also get new missions and a bunch of gameplay tweaks from external freight elevators. Oh, that probably don't work. And injury changes, there's no way. And injury changes to new weapons, those definitely don't work. Armor and updated character customization options, which probably work.
Just imagining trying to take any kind of elevator, opening doors in Star Citizen is a harrowing experience. Yowza. The good news is you can try it for yourself. Yeah, Star Citizen will be free to play from now to December 3rd during the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. Cool stuff.
If you're wondering, it's now past 6 million registered accounts, with crowdfunding nearing $886 million. Meanwhile, its single-player campaign, Squadron 42, allegedly has a 2026 release window, and if I know anything about Star Citizen and Cloud Imperium, you can take that release date to the bank.
I was just reading an article a few weeks ago. One of the developers of Squadron 42 was like, I don't know about that 2026 release date, so I don't think we're gonna get it. I'll be really surprised if we do.
And finally, let's talk Street Fighter 6. Continues to rack up impressive sales. Since it released in 2023, Capcom's latest iteration of the iconic franchise has steadily climbed sales goal. It has now hit 6 million copies sold.
Now, the game added around 300,000 copies sold since September 30th, which was probably boosted by its recent launch on the Switch 2. But enduring popularity on PlayStation 5 and 4, fueled by constant character additions and live service updates, shows that this game has legs. And yeah, if you've seen Chun-Li, you know that for sure.
Legs. And marking the milestone, the game's official account on X wrote, quote, "Our utmost gratitude to everyone who has hit the streets and to all those who will soon join us in the pool with your bathing suit skins."
And Luke's looking good in those wraparound polarized shades. I find news like this really heartening, honestly. There was a window there where Capcom was really struggling to get any kind of money out of fighting games, resorting to a lot of tactics that people really didn't like, locked on disc DLC, all that kind of thing. So they finally found a way to do it. They found a way to make a game that people buy and have a good time with and continue to play. Because, I was worried that games like this would just fade away. Good job, Capcom.
Yeah, it's always good when Capcoms do it. It's Street Fighter, man. That's like a pillar game franchise. That's like, yeah. All right, let's do a 5-second review. All right, I know I did old school RuneScape back when I got the Fire Cape, but they just released Sailing, a brand new skill. And that's the first time since, I don't know, Bill Clinton was president, have they had a new skill in old school RuneScape. It's awesome. Jagex really did a good job implementing it, so it's great. Back on OSRS.
I don't know how many times did I review the same game.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's also 20 years old.
Yeah. Inside Games is on your side. So we did say there's a free weekend for Star Citizen right now, as previously mentioned in the script. And then Vermintide 2 is free to keep on Steam. That's a great video game.
Yeah, make sure to swing on by there and claim it while you can. We got the usual suspects giving away games this week in addition. We got Amazon giving away Plate Up, Dream Tactics, and Dungeons & Dragons, the Kryn series. We all remember Kryn. Epic Games is also giving away Godzilla Voxel Wars and Zoetie, which, guess what, has cards. Card game. People love those cards. So scoop up your free games and to a new segment. A segment about hope. A segment about belief. A segment about striving for the best in all of us. It's time to check in with Half-Life 3 Watch Gamers Under Siege. It's been 2 weeks now that Half-Life 3 is going to come out, and it continues on. The latest development, Jeff Keighley tweeted an image that kind of looks like the Resonance Cascade from Half-Life, even though it has Game Award trophies around it. So there you go, Half-Life 3 triple confirmed. Jeff Keighley's been a little cheeky on X these days, so there's no greater confirmation that I can see. So there you have it, folks. Half-Life 3 triple confirmed for the Game Awards. It's gonna happen. Take it to the bank as reliably as you can take Cloud Imperium, promising a 2026 release date. We're going to have it all, baby. We're
going to be streaming the Game Awards live, Lawrence and I, on Inside Games. Brian, by the way, you're welcome to join us if you'd like.
Oh, thank you.
But just so you know, Brian, if Half-Life 3 does get announced during the Game Awards, Lawrence and I will be taking 3 shots back to back to back. So you're going to have to do that too, Brian, if you join us.
Shoot. I came from newspaper reporting. I know how to do a shot.
That's true.
That's all we did. That's all we did after we filed our stories. Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the upcoming games for this week. First up, Captain Wayne. It's an intense, fast-action retro shooter about a sailor with a shotgun for an arm. With a cartoony hand-drawn art style and gory gameplay, you'll have to mow down enemies through 8 action-packed locales to take back what's yours. Are you ready to raise anchor? Comes to PC November 25th.
And last but not least, these are the only 2 games I could find that are releasing this week. Last but not least, Nano Neighbors. This is an online idle game that brings to life the bottom of your screen with friendly androids called nanos. Customize your nanos, choose their occupation, build and design their perfect home, and invite your friends' nanos over to hang out. Join many activities and interact. It comes to PC November 27th.
I love games that are just like, I don't know, do stuff, fuck around, figure it out, I don't know. Have fun. Speaking of having fun, hey, we know you have a choice when it comes to listening to a gaggle of old white dudes talk about video games. So thank you very much for choosing Inside Games. We're very pleased to provide you your video game yapping. If you enjoyed the show, do a hype, drop a subscribe, whatever the other verbs are this week. And hey, do you like memes? I know that people on the internet like these memes, so please check out our Patreon. We post all of our content for free there. You can find it despite YouTube's batshit recommendation algorithm. And every single episode has a hand-selected dank meme from my deep meme sack. I've been collecting memes for decades now. So there's some George W. Bush era memes in there. It's good stuff. And speaking of Patreon, we have a few very special Patreons that kick some money our way to keep our internet bravery tanks all topped up. We'd like to shout out some of them now, so thank you very much. Splinkerton Fogendoggen, No Speemy 99, George the Beer Villain, Justin Day, and John Sennett for keeping morale high, leading up to the inevitable announcement of Half-Life 3. We can't lose faith for a moment, folks. Gabe's gonna know and he's gonna cancel it, so we gotta keep it high. We gotta make it happen. Manifest.